fire escape number 5, or platform number 5 on the rear. As you can see, cement issues. Let's get the cement in there, then seal it. Corners, another blown out corner. So pretty much all the corners going down are going to be gone. It's pretty common that the flat going across, plus this railing, and a lot of them tend to have a problem at the stairs and where they receive another tread. So again, this is number 5 going down to number 4. And as you can see, as soon as that starts eating the heads, we got to change out all these railings anyway. And again, so pretty much a lot of this is showing rust and corrosion, rust, corrosion, and so if that's going to change your bolts out anyway. So, and again, the corners are shot. So in order to, a lot of times to get to these corners, you have to remove the rail. So we're in those catch-22s that as we keep going through this, we're already at 50% changeover on a lot of these bolted connections, primarily the rail section. So let's go down. Let's go down from number 4 down to number 3. Let's talk about these treads, see if there's any issues going down, and then we'll look at the cement from underneath. The stringers look pretty good. The clips, again, but if we're going to avoid the load test, they're going to come out anyway, get swapped out. As you can see, there's no emergencies from number 4 down to number 3, but there is rust in these connections. So all these connections that rely on this flat on the front need to be addressed, but there's no life safety issue. And as you can see from previous activity here, a lot of cement work. So the corner's definitely going to need some work. These have all been recently reworked. You got to get in there, close them up, seal them up, make sure water's not getting back in there. So it looks like all of these were done. Tread's got rust on top. So, and again, you get rust that starts getting major rust, I want the whole tread pulled out. If it's a minor one like this one, then you can just do a backup. A backup, drill a hole, put in a 1 inch, put in a 1/2 inch bolt in between the two, or you can cut these out and put in 2 3/8. Whatever's faster and more economic to the client. All right, let's go to the other side. Again, this is 4 to 3, and we're going to do 3 to 2. There was something that happened here. We've got severe cracking that's happened here. There's something happening here. I don't know if there was an AC or something going on here, but I don't know if somebody's been pouring water, but there's a huge amount of corrosion happening that is either coming from this apartment, but this is not normal. Could also be that somebody had logs here. That's another thing. And it just stayed moist all the time, and the logs basically ate this, or a rug or something that stayed here for a long time, but this has got to be repaired. Cement, corners, change out all these bolts. So as you can see, a lot of times the railings are going to pop out in order for us to deal with some of this anyway. And you got to scrape and paint the entire structure. Okay, so let's look at, again, we're going to be going 4 down to 3. I'm sorry, 3 going down to 2, 2 going down to 1. So let's just go see the other side. But we have rust, we already walked from that side. So as you can see, a majority of these were already redone. And if we get into any repairs down below that they need to have this much brick replaced, it's a mason's project. It doesn't belong to us. Okay, let me just walk down these stairs. Usually like to walk backwards. Okay, see all the rust inside that connection? See all the rust inside that connection? So you're going to change out all these bolts. So this is heavy, heavy corrosion. So 100% of these treads are going to come out of this fire escape staircase. So this is 3 down to 2. 100% of these treads is going to get done. Okay. Take a look at the cement issues on number 3. That corner needs to be rebuilt, typical of all the ones above. That already got rebuilt. Rebuilt just needs to be sealed. Looked at. And rebuilt, and that corner needs to be, looks like it needs some attention on that corner also. Okay, 3 down to 2. All right, now we're going to be doing 2 down to 1. Farscape number 1, Farscape number 2 going down to platform number 1, we're in the rear. Again, cement, change these bolts. See, when this starts happening, that bolt is suspect. Looks like they already repaired that. We got to get in there and seal that so no water's getting in there, because a lot of the time the work is not that good. A bulging corner, so we got to do a lot of these tying back in is 100% change out anyway. To avoid this load test, we're going to do that anyway. And a lot of these joiner plates here, all of them are gone on all of them. So those got to be clean, no rust inside the connection. Now, this is another area of concern in that she's already pulled out. So I don't know what's going on here, in that I think that corner is already pitched up, but they froze it in the moment, you know what I'm saying? So there's no way to lift that. So we're gonna have to basically just create a reattachment point up here. But she was dipping, and they already repaired it and sealed it exactly in its frozen point. So that's gonna be pretty much frozen in its time. All right, so let's talk about 3 going down to 2. Staircase. Let's verify. Got to change all those bolts. Look at all the rust inside there. That one looks pretty good. Change all the bolts though after. Look at all the rust. Look at the major rust. So on the back side, you're starting to see that major rust is going to be a factor on some of these treads going down. And so because of that, let's see if we have any more life safety issues. Not down here. So 3 going down to 2, but all these treads have rust on either one side or the other. See all that major rust? So that as soon as you pull out one bolt, you got to change out the other. Just pull it out, clean it, put it back with new bolts. Not a single ½ inch on this staircase from 3 going down to 2. Let's take a look at this cement, and it's like we talked about, a majority of these were already redone on the cement of number 3 going down to number 2. So yeah, these are all we done. So you just got to look at them, make sure and button them up, tighten them up, put silicone in them. And that's 3 going down to 2. Going down to 1. This one is going to have the Farscape ladder portion at the very top. You got anything that's creating a bulge, anything that's creating accumulating, you got to clean it out. So you got to pull the rails out. So that's going to change the majority of these bolts. You got some cement that got repacked on this. Again, this is 2 going down to 1. And a lot of times the corners are shot and bulging out. This is carrying a lot of extra weight. See that bulge right there? Got to change that out. You got to make sure the railing, all the connections on the ladder that gets dropped are in good order. This is the majority of the ladder. Components are on from the 2nd to the 1st. Cement-wise, no electric. You know, you got to be careful why they have this electric here. We got to find out what's going on here. This is not good unless there's a light of some sort, but I don't see it. But that shouldn't be there. And that needs to be addressed. What's going on with that old electric box there? All right, going down, rust in some of the standard connections. Scrape it. You got to scrape this whole thing using the EPA Renovator license standards. Going down the staircase, let's see if there's any life safety issues. And these Farscapes are on the right side. Look like they're heavily corroded. So this is going to be another staircase where 100% of the treads going to be pulled out. Look, heavy corrosion on the clip, heavy corrosion on the clip. Again, we're going down, see heavy corrosion. Yeah, 100% of these treads on 2 going down to 1. 100% of the treads need to be rebolted, cleaned, siliconed, and make sure on the silicone you got a bevel so it doesn't accumulate anything. Okay, let's take a look at number 2, cement-wise. This looks like it needs repair. That one looks like it needs repair. This one looks like it needs repair. This one looks like it needs repair. Not major blowouts, but you know, significant cracks on the cement. We got debris here. We got to move all this debris. Nobody can have debris out here. Looks like it needs repair. This one's been repaired, but look at all the holes that are letting water get in there. That one's been repaired. Got to seal it. Okay, so 3 coming down to 2. I'm sorry, 2 coming down to 1. Number 1, platform number 1. This is the rear fire escape. Again, this is what happens when iron and cement marry. I can pull that out. You can already see that moving. But spalling, change all the bolts. Corners are shot. So it's a majority of these bolts are coming out anyway. There's very little left because a lot of times these bolts are sitting there, but the heads or the nuts are gone on these. So, and this one concludes in a ladder. You got debris all over the place. You got to get rid of all this debris, scrape it as per EPA guidelines, and then we got this ladder. This ladder's got a hook. This hook is usually not supposed to be this low. I know what's going, because I'm going to bump my head on that one. So we're going to bring that up higher and make it so that it can drop and hits the ground. But as you can see, look at the corrosion on some of these clips. Got it? So you got to rebuild any of these pieces. They're made out of angle, 2x2, 3x3, 4x4. So any of these angles can be done. No welding on this fire escape, and all the cement work, it's got to be done similar to the floors up above. You got to go in and check all the cement work and make sure that, you know, and any connections got to be cleansed. Any grading, you got to see what's going on between the slats, clean it, chip it, seal it. And it's a lot of work, you know. Got to get this so that water stops getting in there and creating rust jacking, and you got to stop water from getting into the building, creating ice jacking, because the combination of rust jacking and ice jacking is tearing this fire escape apart. Any questions? This is the rear of the building. Fire escape engineers inspect the summary video. Repair plan, all floors, floor by floor. Any questions? This is Cisco Meneses, 866-649-0333.